It's important that we actually look back at what we've already done, so we're not repeating the same mistakes. With good incentives, we could have both playlists. They argued that professional players should get all of the prize pool because they're the best players. That's what they were saying. There is an important question we need to ask now, which is whether we would like elimination heavy or placement heavy games. Because as we all know, ranked is completely and utterly dead. Ranked is completely dead right now. And this is how we revive Fortnite ranked. Boys, there is something we got to talk about today after a recent announcement. It's about Ranked 2.0, okay? Ranked 2.0 needs to be different if we're gonna revive Fortnite competitive. So if you don't know, at the recent FNCS Globals, there was pretty much a huge announcement on a whole bunch of different stuff. Hang on, let me take this guy out first. That was easy. We've got a mid-season LAN event, which is gonna be going on some point. I'm assuming not in the mini season, in the season after that is when it's going to be happening. There's going to be a reload LAN event along with a $1 million prize pool mobile tournament and also a pro-am if you're particularly bothered about that. Out of my game, kid. And on top of that, they have also announced that there's going to be a new ranked playlist, okay? There's going to be Ranked 2.0 coming to the game. They're going to be revamping the whole thing because as we all know, Ranked is completely and utterly dead. Ranked is completely dead right now. Let me nab this. Oi. I hit my shots. There we go, Jesus. Yeah, so Ranked has been on a steady decline pretty much the whole, like, season. Maybe even multiple seasons now. So Ranked 2.0 has to be different to keep people playing, honestly. Okay, we're gonna kill this queen real quick, and then we'll continue talking about it. There we go. She gone. Before we take a look at what we actually need from the new rank system, okay? It's important that we actually look back at what we've already done, so we're not repeating the same mistakes. So there has been a whole lot of history with Fortnite Ranked, dating all the way back to Chapter 1. So it started off with an LTM, a limited time game mode called Solo Showdown, which operated similar to a tournament in points. Okay, you gained, I believe it was per game, and you were just trying to score the highest per game. It worked like a tournament. You would get points for kills, you would get points for placement, and you'd also gain points for picking up some random coins across the map. There were coins listed across the map, and if you grabbed them, you would get points. It was a really weird, I don't know, like a very weird way of doing a rank system. I guess it was Epic's way of getting people to traverse the map so that they're not all staying in one area until the end game. Which honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, isn't a terrible idea. Maybe they could bring that back. Maybe they could bring that back of getting points for distance traveled, just so you're not sat in one place the entire game. This was a very rudimentary form of ranked, so it doesn't have a huge effect on ranked today. It was just sort of a precursor to what we're about to talk about next, which of course is arena mode. After Solo Showdown, Epic Games came out with Arena in Chapter 1 Season 8, and it was pretty good. For a first rank mode, it was pretty good. It introduced a lot of things. Yeah, so it originally started with points like a tournament. Which was okay, sure. And then it transitioned into using hype. And that allowed for tournaments to be done with that as well. So if you guys remember in Chapter 2, we had a lot of hype night tournaments, things like that. Get out of there, bro. Come over here. AC on him, nice. He's cracked. Oh, we running, huh? Oh, we running. Buddy, there's no escaping. Come on, get over here. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. This guy's being tricky. Let me... 112, and there we go. He messed up with a hammer. Jesus. Okay, back to what we were talking about. Jesus Christ. So we were allowed pretty much to get tournaments from hype. We could do hype nights, which was great. They were solo tournaments. It helped people gain rank, which was awesome. And of course, as well, people started competing, not in tournaments, but just in arena, of who could get the most hype. So if you remember people like Marzo W, they would go for over 1 million hype in a season, which some people would argue that's not good. Okay, you shouldn't be able to get 1 million hype. I would argue that's great because it incentivizes people to keep grinding, right? It's a great incentive. It also introduced divisions as well. If you guys remember the arena divisions, it was open, contender, and champion, and there was separate like sections almost between these two divisions. Give me that kill. And this allowed Epic to host specific tournaments for each division. So there was contender cups which came out, and those were actually really controversial. Those were very controversial, specifically because professional players didn't want to share the loot pool. They argued that professional players should get all of the prize pool because they're the best players. That's what they were saying. Obviously, on Epic's point of view, if they give money out to slightly worse, maybe average players, that just means that more people are going to play the game. So that was Epic's point of view. Makes sense to me, but pros weren't happy about it. It's whatever. So the point system of Arena was very, and I mean incredibly, elimination heavy. I don't think we've had a more elimination heavy game mode or tournament since Arena has gone, because it just didn't work. So it led to, what happened is people just started W keying. People just non-stop W keyed, and it ended up meaning that all of the lobbies were really low quality. What I mean by low quality is, say by second, third zone, there was less than 20, 15 people up. That is a poor quality lobby. You don't get to practice end games, anything like that. So people weren't happy with that. People who W keyed were, don't get me wrong, but people who wanted tournament practice were not happy. Then of course, a lot later, Ranked 1.0 came out. I'm calling it Ranked 1.0. The first officially named ranked Fortnite game mode came out. So it was, first of all, it was much less elimination heavy. It was way less elimination heavy. It was all based mostly on placement. Early on, if you remember playing it early on, I believe that placement was one of the only things that mattered. People were getting 20 kill wins and getting the same amount of percentage as people getting 10 kill wins, for example. It was, yeah. So they changed the divisions. They abandoned Open, Contender, and Champions League, and changed it to a more traditional format seen in most video games. And like we touched on earlier, there is no point system. In Arena, you would know how many points you got for a kill, how many points you got for top 10, stuff like that. But this rank system doesn't tell us what we get. Okay, we just see the calculation on a screen. So at the end of the game, we see what percentage we go up. So we didn't know how much we were going up based on our games. Epic made the calculation for us and didn't show. Oh, you better back up, buddy. Itadori. Out of here, man. Come on now. Oh, there's another guy. Easy. Okay, so we didn't know how many points we were getting from what we were doing. So we knew kills and placement mattered, but we didn't actually know what else Epic was measuring. And there was 100% something else Epic was measuring, because not everyone was getting the same amount of points for the same games. So there was something else Epic was measuring. Because of this, and a few other factors, people were still just W keying. So we didn't know what we were getting. We didn't know what the game was valuing. So W keying remained a problem, and all of the lobbies... Okay, let me clip this kid real quick. Preferably with not low gravity. There we go, Jesus. That was rough. It's whatever. Listen, it's my first game on. So yeah, there was a consistent problem of poor quality lobbies throughout, because people would W key for whatever reason. On top of that, there are not enough incentives to play ranked. There are not enough incentives to play ranked or arena. That's why the playlists are so low on player count. So we need better incentives. We need things whether it's skins, more tournaments, anything like that. That's what we need. On top of that, I think we need a tangible point system. They tried it with ranked 1.0. They tried it with ranked 1.0, where they didn't tell us what we were gaining. And they tried it with arena, where they did tell us what we were gaining. We need a tangible point system so people know how to play the game and they actually feel incentivized to do certain things. Otherwise, they're just going to W key. That's all that's going to happen. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the divisions that we have right now. In rank 2.0, I don't want to see anything changed in the divisions. These divisions are perfect. They are classic. They're interchangeable throughout a lot of video games. People know if you play Valorant, how good you are if you're in Platinum in Fortnite, okay? So they don't need to change that. They really don't need to change that. There is now a very important question. Where is this guy? Over here. Okay. Hey, buddy. Okay, I'm not used to using the Havoc. That's why I'm so, like, clunky with it, dude. There is an important question we need to ask now, which is whether we would like elimination heavy or placement heavy games. Because elimination heavy, you have poor quality lobbies. I explained what I mean earlier by that. You have poor quality lobbies, but much more skilled players. Mechanically speaking, much more skilled players if you are W key heavy. And it's very fast gameplay. So people who don't have the attention span for high quality lobbies, people who don't have the attention span for that, for placement games, get fast gameplay, right? Let's get you out of here. Dude, I'm gonna run out of time with things I've got to say. Or do we do placement based lobbies, which means you do get worse players. Worse players are much more prevalent in placement heavy formats, but you get good quality lobbies, which is more competitive style, more like a tournament. It gives people chance to practice. Gives people a chance to practice that. Hey, buddy. So that is a hugely important question. I still have so much shit to talk about. Oh my god. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, hey there, buddy. Listen, you wait there. I got something to talk about. My question is, why can't we just have both? Like I said, we need incentives, but with good incentives, I'm gonna just kill this guy. With good incentives, GG's. With good incentives, we could have both playlists. We could have both playlists. And this is how we revive Fortnite ranks. We need proper incentives for both sides. Because if that's the case, we would be able to have people who want good quality lobbies to practice for tournaments in one ranked setting, and people who want to verse good mechanical players in another setting. Let me know what you think about this. I think my take works. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see in rank 2.0. It's very important. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and we'll be seeing you later. Bye-bye.